What do you think is the best used song in here? I don't. There's that Erickson song that you used in the first play. I thought that was still the best used song that you it between the two musicals.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I don't think this musical is overall as good as the first one,
Yeah,
simply because it's like you said, it's more of a classic love story. I mean, I think it's you, I think it's a great love story musical, but you know, it's by the very nature. If I was, it's like Romeo and Juliet at its best can't be as good as the top five or six of Shakespeare's other plays simply because of what it is. Um, I do enjoy the one Scatterbrains "Don't Call Me Dude" about with the character
yeah.
of Georgie, because Georgie returns.
He he's by far the most entertaining thing in this play.
Uh,
Uh, his use of the that horrible James Blunt song too
yeah.
is very amusing, and just the fact that he's so oblivious. I mean, he seems to grow dumber with age, if anything.
Well, but he's also got no inner controller. I mean, he's like, oh yeah, that's when the priest raped me. My sister, didn't my sister rape you? Oh, I killed a man. And then he starts singing the song because he spent time. And so you have to have a kind of character like that in this kind of a play because he leavens it because otherwise, I mean, uh, and he's a carryover from the first play. He was there when they were hiding the two lovers in the play that ended up getting killed in that play. Um, but yeah, so I mean, I think that's a really good use of what's really, in a sense, a gimmick song. Scatterbrain was a late '80s, early '90s rap rock band, and they were pretty good. They did a number of. There was probably the most famous song was actually "I'm Going Down with the Ship," where they took riffs from other songs, Led Zeppelin, other songs going back to the '60s. I'm not going down with the ship, boo doo doo, boop boop, and they do things. It almost sounded like a mixture of hard rock music and music from a Three Stooges short in the 1930s, and so uh, this one, "Don't Call Me Dude," was another one of their well-known songs. But they only had a 2 or 3 year heyday. They had maybe 3 or 4 top 40 hits, if that, and uh, you know everything else. Then uh, is setting up the story behind that. We find some of the characters that have appeared elsewhere in Danny's. What was it? What do I call my real life company was Finance. What do I call it? I don't even remember now. And the supermarket, but I have a couple of the dummies. The or First Federal Fi Fest, I call it. Um, um, and so there are a lot of comics, and this one is more obviously, I think, comic than the first musical.
I especially like when he's singing the James Blunt song, how you describe it as a song written by a sociopath, or because it's one of those bizarre songs where someone's looking into a subway and sees a
Mm.
woman with another man and he obsesses about him, and it works too because you could conceivably picture Georgie just coming up with it on the spot.
Yeah.
It is poorly written.
Yeah, and
The
but the odd thing is that Blunt is actually a pretty good singer. He has a very good range. He's just one of these, he's sort of like a male precursor of Adele. I mean, Adele has a pretty good voice, but her songs are atrocious. Not that she has a great voice, but I just can't stand her songs. And this Blunt is sort of the male version of that. He's got a good voice, probably a better voice for a male than Adele has for a female, but his song choices are just horrible.
Yeah, I find Adele and him pretty excruciating to listen to, especially her because she uh, tends to turn every song, no matter what it is, into the same uh, love ballad or whatever it is.
Yeah.